I do not encourage nor condone any of the actions performed or products shown in this video. All of the videos are produced in a safe and controlled environment. Do not attempt to replicate any of the actions performed during this video.
Hello beautiful people from the internet, it is Connie over here. Welcome back to another video. My voice has already cracked and the year has just begun. It is 10:42, January 1st, 2025. How do we feel about this? Welcome to a new year. I hope it has been treating you well. I still haven't had my first cigarette for this year and I brought something else to celebrate as well. I have my favorite drink, Eristoff Pink It Up. It's like a little strawberry lemonade type of flavor that I really enjoy. This is it, if you want to take a look. It has 5% of alcohol. And I did not have a single sip of alcohol yesterday because I was on driving duty, so no alcohol. But today we're fine. I'll have a couple of sips. I also have my portable ashtray so I don't make any messes, and I have my favorite, most beautiful, enchanting lighter that has a little kitty on it. I love it very much. And my favorite Chesterfield Original. So we are going to be having a great time chatting about the year that has passed, chatting about the year that is to come or is already here. I can't even believe it. It's both super normal and also surreal at the same time. So let's open my portable ashtray. Also, I woke up and I came straight here, so if I still am not very coherent, I'm very sorry about that. Cheers. I also didn't bring any notes, so do I know what I'm going to be talking about? No, but we'll just make it up as we go. So this feels like an important moment, so let's take some time to appreciate it. First cigarette of the year. Thank you very much for being the one, Sir Chesterfield Original. Let's do it. Imagine my lighter didn't want to work now because I don't have any other. That's the thing with today. I put kind of a lot of pressure for myself for this video because this is a one shot. You know, I don't have any more of these drinks and all of the stores are closed. I somehow lost all of my other lighters. This is the one that I have and I don't know where the others are, and all of the stores are closed, and I can never have my first cigarette of the year again. I cannot deceive you and make you think that if this video was to go wrong and I was recording another one, I would not have the heart to tell you that was my first cigarette of the year. So I put a lot of pressure on myself for this to go well, which is so silly. Just live, bro. Just, it's not that deep, you know. For a first cigarette of the year, I would have to say it is tasting pretty nicely. Also, every time I record one of these day drinking videos, I feel like I have to refer that it is obviously inspired by Jacob fucking Jones here on YouTube. I said that the first couple of times I recorded these videos and I thought I wouldn't have to say it again. We all knew that it was inspired by him, but I always get comments like, she's copying him, and yes I am. Man had a genius idea. It's super funny, and I was just like, let me do that myself as well. So definitely Jacob's idea. I just am doing my own version. One of the best ideas out there on YouTube. For some reason I just think it's so hilarious and also so normal and like easy to have a chat while we are smoking and having a drink, you know. So it was just nice, so I had to do it. 2024, let's go. Let's start with the reflections, why don't we? It was a great year for me. I felt like there were obstacles that were maybe more difficult than ones I had surpassed before. Maybe because I was more mindful of the obstacles and ways that I wanted to get through them. I didn't want to just shove everything in the back and move on, because that's what I had been doing all my life and it keeps biting me in the booty. So every time I encountered an obstacle this year, mostly anxiety-wise, I really tried to understand what in the world was causing all of this pain and suffering, which for the first part of it caused more pain and suffering as I was trying to uncover what was creating this anxiety and these bad feelings, but ultimately led to realizations about why I was feeling these feelings that helped me get through them instead of shoving them in the back. So I feel proud of myself for that. I feel like I have conquered a lot of my anxieties this year, which is something that I really wanted to do. Well, not this year, last year, mind you. That is so weird. Today is 2025. This is supposed to be the future. Where are the flying cars? Did you know? It is Nuketown, I think. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I remember there was, I think, Nuketown 2025. And I was like, oh, 2025, that's going to be the future. That's never going to come. That is so far away. It was like, I don't know, 29 and I was 8 years old. And 2025 just felt like the most distant date ever. And now it is here. And I'm like, wow. It looks the same, it feels basically the same. Maybe colors are a little bit less saturated. I feel like when I was a child I saw everything very brightly. Maybe that's just the way my memories work. Probably I saw everything the same, maybe a little bit better because I didn't have to wear glasses before. But I did a lot of things that scared me this year. I tried new things. I stopped my train of thoughts of like, I cannot do this, I'm not capable, I don't want to do it, I am scared, I will not do it. I stopped myself and I did it. I did a lot of things alone. I talked to a lot more people. I went out with friends for this year for the first time, which is like crazy to say. I'm 23, but I had never really done that before because I was scared and I didn't want to, and I didn't want to like people because I was afraid of losing them. And now I understand that liking people and losing them is part of a journey. And it's really nice. There's so much to uncover about last year that I feel like I still have to journal a bit about to fully grasp and understand everything that has happened. It was both a very mundane and simple year, but also a year of achievement, especially in the area of anxiety for me. Okay, last year, this time, it was unthinkable for me to record outside. Unthinkable. When I tell you, I would sit here and look everywhere and shake and be like, if people are watching me, I cannot do this. I'm so afraid I cannot record outside. Like, it's impossible. Now, it's the most natural thing ever. I'm not afraid of it whatsoever. And this shift took a couple months to happen, and it took me standing here, being afraid, shaking, but recording anyway until I got comfortable with it. It was also the year where I understood that you will never get over your fears unless you expose yourself to them and you really think about them, which was really sad because I thought when I was a kid that at 18 I would not be afraid of anything anymore. That is not the case. At 18 I was pretty much still very afraid of everything I was afraid of as a kid, but I still hadn't realized that I had to expose myself to these fears in order to get over them, you know. So I understood that this year and I'm working on it. I feel fine. I feel great about it. What else? For 2025, I do have a couple of goals. I do have two goals. I have one numeric one, which means basically a goal that I can measure in numbers and like check boxes. So that is basically reading 24 books this year. I feel like having a goal where you can tick off every time that you do a certain thing really helps with keeping up with motivation. So what I will do is I will write in my journal 24 little boxes of the books that I want to read. And when I read one, I will check it out, and I feel like that would help with motivation to continue reading more books. So that is my numeric goal. I want to read 2 books per month, which is very achievable, although for one of the months I do want to read The Brothers Karamazov, which is a hefty book. I think it has like 800 or 900 or more pages, so we'll see. We'll see. I will not put a lot of pressure on myself, but I want to achieve this goal, so I will try my best. 2024 was the year where I started reading. I was not a reader before. I didn't enjoy reading per se, but I started with philosophy and I moved on to classics, and I understood that my favorite type of book to read are classics. So now I'm reading Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I have 1984 by George Orwell to read as well, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility. I have The Stranger by Camus. So I have a lot of exciting things coming for me to read. Hey, now that we're here, I feel like I should also have my second cigarette of the year together. I still have some things I want to talk about, so why not? Let's take a moment to appreciate this nature because it's so beautiful and peaceful and calm. There's barely any sound. Everyone is at home recovering from last night, I assume. Let's go. Why is my flame so low? Oh, okay. It was on the low setting. My voice today is so weird. I hadn't spoken before I started this video. Everyone at home was still asleep, so I didn't communicate before I pressed record. So I feel like only now my voice is starting to become more normal, but it is what it is. And my biggest goal for this year, a goal that I will not really be able to measure very well, but that is something that I will do every day a little bit until hopefully at the end of the year I can say that I have achieved it, or at least gotten better at it, is the fact that I want to start thinking and acting more logically, because I am a very, very emotional person, like so emotional. I cannot begin to explain to you how much I think and act in my emotion. I have always been this way. I have always acted with my heart, and only then I really thought about the things. I really want to think a lot before I act and before I speak this year. It doesn't have to be a very drastic change, but every time something that will make me act emotionally first, I want to think and be like, okay, what would the logical part of me do or say in this situation, you know? Because I feel like later down the line, it will be very, very good for me to be able to have a very logical way of thinking and acting, so I can be more patient, so I can think more before things happen, so I can have a better outlook of all of the options that I have, instead of just acting super emotionally and then maybe regretting it after because I didn't really put enough thought into the things that I was saying or doing. So that is a very, very big goal that I have for this year. And I have thought about this, and I'm thinking during the days, as days progress, I will be faced with little challenges where I will have to choose in which way I will act. And this can be very small things, you know. If someone asks me to do something and right now it's not a good time for me to be doing that, I'm focused on a task and I really want to finish this. This is something that is very big for me. I have a very big difficulty with stopping a task that I'm doing and then doing something else because someone needs me to do something, or I need to go do something else and stop my task. I get very, very anxious when this happens, when I have to stop what I'm doing. And so I will try my best to, if this situation comes to reality, just think it's not the end of the world. I can stop this and I can return to this, and now I can help or do whatever someone else needs for me, you know. Just be more patient and be more logical in my thinking. Understand that it's not the end of the world if I have to stop doing something and go do something else, because I can always return and keep doing what I was doing. This is very small, but there are many, many things that I can do this year that will help me achieve my more logical way of thinking. I think, I don't know, this is all very easy to say, you know, but when the things actually start coming to reality and I have to make these decisions, then I will see how easy or how hard it will be. But at least I have this in mind, and I will have this in mind for every decision this year, which is going to be challenging. It's going to take a lot of energy to always be thinking about my decisions and about the way that I act and about the way that I speak. But I feel like it's going to be good for me down the line to learn this skill, you know? So if last year was a year where I wanted to learn to talk to people, to go outside, to socialize more and to be more extroverted, this is a year where I now have this skill of being a little bit more extroverted, and I want to be more patient and more calm and make more rational and slow decisions, instead of just, oh, I feel this, I want to do this, oh my god, but I feel this, I want to do this, and all of this emotion is the thing that rules my life. So let's start using our brain a little bit more, which is so interesting because the brain is emotion and logical. You know, there's no heart. Your brain is the one that controls everything. Of course, there's gut feeling, which people say that you actually can feel things with your gut. Maybe that's not about the brain, but I would assume it is. Everything is about the brain. All of this to say, I want to be more patient, I guess that is. I want to be more slow in my decision making, and I want to be more calm in it as well. I guess that's it. I guess that's what I wanted to say. Oh my goodness, that took me a while to get to that point. I'm trying to think about what other goals I have. I want to drive more on the highway. That is very silly, but I'm very afraid of driving on the highway because my car is sort of slow. It's like the slowest car you can get. So I have a Nissan Micra, and you have the 1.0, 1.2, and 1.4 versions of it. And the 1.2 and 1.4 have more horsepower, therefore they're faster and they have more acceleration. Mine is a 1.0, it's the slowest one, and it makes me a little bit afraid of driving on the highway. Now, that is a me problem, because my car is completely capable of doing it, so I want to expose myself more to it, so I can go to more places, because truthfully, I'm always in my area because I'm afraid of driving on the highway. I want to do little bits of it, like just going on the highway, leaving on the first exit. That's fine, I did it. Then another day, another week, another month, I go on the highway and I leave on the second exit, you know? And I feel like this might be a very big stretch, but I kind of want to go to Porto this year. I've never been to Porto, never in my life, because I have to go on the highway or public transportation, but that is too easy, so I want to do the highway version of it, and I want to go there. Maybe by the end of this year. Let's make that a goal. I will go to Porto, which is not going to be so easy, but it's probably a good challenge for me to work towards. So I'm excited. This last goal, I completely just made it up right now. My goal was just to drive more on the highway, to be honest, but I feel like having an end goal so I can practice towards it is probably a good idea, so that I'm not just practicing towards nothing and feeling like, oh, but why am I doing this? I don't have an end goal for this practice that I'm doing right now. So yeah, end goal, go to Porto, see it. What is there to do? I don't know, maybe I love it. Maybe I'll move there if I love it so much. I don't know, it's probably very expensive, but I want to see more things. I'm always at home. I'm always kind of scared to leave my comfort zone. And I want to see what else is out there. You know, there's probably so many cool things to see, and here I am at home scared of seeing them because I'm afraid of going on the highway. I'm afraid of talking to people from another side of the country that I don't know, and maybe they are mean, maybe they're super cool, maybe they're very nice. I want to try the food there. There's so many things that I've been keeping myself from doing from fear and feeling like I'm incapable, which I am not. I'm capable of doing anything that I want to do, as I tell myself, and I will tell you as well, you are capable of doing anything that you want to do if you put your mind to it and you also make your body move towards it, you know? So it's not just your mind. You can make up your goals, but then you have to do them as well, you know? It's not just something that can stay here. It has to come to reality. So write down your goals. That really helps. I have noticed that really helps me at the beginning of the year to just write the goals that I have for the year. Next year I come back and see what happened, what didn't happen, what I still want to work towards, what no longer makes sense to me. So it's very nice. I would recommend that you write down your goals. I feel like most of all, we are human beings. We spawned here with no meaning or purpose, and I feel like sometimes I have to take a step back and understand that I'm not supposed to be doing all of these grand things, and I don't have to be this grand millionaire, rich, very cultured, super high tier person. I am just supposed to live. I heard a quote the other day by Ryan Robinson here on YouTube. Such a great YouTube channel, you should check it out. And he said, we are human beings, we are not human doers. We are supposed to be, so be, enjoy being, you know, sit outside, look around, smell the freaking nature, look at the trees, look at the leaves, look at the little birds that are collecting seeds from the dirt. It is so beautiful to just exist. Just exist, just be. You don't always have to be doing something. You don't always have to be striving for this big goal, and you don't have to do that. You just be for a moment. Just enjoy. There is so many beautiful things to enjoy. I am unsure if any of you reached the end of this video because it has been a little bit long, and I believe that I didn't make much sense throughout it. I don't know. That's another thing. I feel like I don't make any sense to anyone. I don't know if this made any sense. I kind of just wanted to talk and smoke a couple cigarettes, and that's basically what I did. So I have achieved my goal, which is nice. First goal of the year ticked off. So I will go home now and edit and upload this for you guys. It will come out today at 5 p.m. my time. So I hope you have enjoyed watching. Have a great start of your year. Have a great year as a whole. Have a great day today, and I will see you all very soon. All right, bye.